Hi, this is Mr. Aaron Applewhite, the online real estate buddy. I am here in an interview with a local Wisconsin investor, a well-known gentleman in the community, Mr. Ross Lloyd, to bring to you an understanding in the Wisconsin area to the nationally known corporate guarantor and credit partner process to real estate investing and to pull down corporate lines of credit for real estate investments. Mr. Lloyd.
Good afternoon, Aaron.
I thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule for this interview. Many people is questioning the credit partner, the credit investor process because of the known in the industry of corporate cosigner, residential consumer cosigning. When you help someone, whether they're getting a installment loan, car loan, business loan, real estate loan, people frown when they hear cosigner.
I couldn't agree with you more, Aaron. We don't encourage cosigners. We go with corporate guarantors. The difference is when you cosign for someone's loan, you basically are 100% responsible for that loan and basically are married to the transaction. And as you know, marriages often end in divorce, and those can be very messy. So what we found through the corporate guarantor program, we have both an entrance strategy and an exit strategy, sometimes as short as 6 to 8 months, depending on the amount of the transaction, the strength of the guarantor, and how we're able to rebuild someone through personal credit, corporate credit, etc.
Okay, now what makes you that confident?
I've done it for 2 people already this year since June of 2012. I've made 2 young couples, not even 30 years old at the time of their transaction. One couple hasn't even had their 21st birthday. Limited to no credit. But yet we were able to bring in an investor who had both credit, finances, and things needed to buy the bank foreclosed property, put the deed in the actual homesteader, the young couple, and then create the documentation to secure him where he was comfortable in the deal and also within a reasonable timeline that they each set up to cash them out. So when all the dust settled, everybody got what they wanted. The young couple stopped paying rent. The investor got a much better, probably about 400% return better on his money than in the bank. He's secured with a transaction, a mortgage, a note. He gets monthly payments that cover any of his debt servicing that he has to worry about and give him a nice profit. And at the end of a predetermined amount of time, everybody will be where they want to be.
So for the person who said, that's not something that I see as a factual thing that has been done by the majority of business individuals, the majority of consumers, as being something very credible or something that they can utilize as a known and accomplish those type of objectives. Why isn't it that everybody not doing this if it seems to be that good?
It's that good and that easy when you have the right educated people involved. You have to have an educated buyer, a real estate broker, and also an educated investor. If any of those parts are not at the right level, the deal will not go together. someone will get buyer's remorse, cold feet, or otherwise. But by educating each of the key ingredients, so we're there, we create the win-win-win situation. That's what gets the deal done. It's not right for everyone. I won't try to put that on everyone. But for those that have been involved, they generally walk away from anywhere from $25,000 to $50,000 worth of instant equity based on comparable sales or tax bills, etc. We're talking before or after repair value, depending on the amount of work needed or the type of property that was selected to create the win-win. It can be done, and it's being done. I've personally been involved in 2 in the last about 4 or 5 months.
So how have you find it personally, being a credit investor, beneficial yourself prior to utilizing that position in real estate?
It's very satisfying to know that you just helped a young couple that sought the minimum 10 years of rent ahead of them, knowing that in their mind they were brought up with, we have to save a 20% down payment before we can buy a house. We have to have a 740 minimum credit score. We have to. All those myths are broken through the corporate guarantor, corporate lines of credit, and other things that we do through financial strategies. But they're tailored, as I said, to the individual to create a win-win situation. This is not something that you would throw out to 500 people. It won't stick with 500 people, but the 5 that it does will be your BFFs. And that's best friends forever.
Wow, well said. So if a person wanted to learn more about being a credit investor, having a credit investor, where would they find such an individual?
I'd recommend starting with my Financial Strategies website, attending maybe one of my webinars or a live seminar if you're in the southeastern Wisconsin area. That'll give you a better feel for the program to see if it is a match for you. And if that works, then we'd sit down on a one-on-one. I'd create a specific checklist for you to see where you stand, not where you think you stand, and then we'd know if this would be a good fit for all parties involved, whether it's from an investor's point of view with anticipating return or creating a secure position within a transaction, or if it were to be a buyer who wants to purchase a property below market value and create instant equity.
So if a person wanted to buy a home,
Hang on.